This is chocolate dipped cherry hazelnut biscotti. Serve them with hot coffee or milk. A nice dip makes them just so flavorful and delicious. They'll keep in your refrigerator for weeks, all through the holiday season. We start with hazelnuts. You can buy them pre-hulled. It makes it a little easier. You want tart, dried cherries, and grated orange peel. A couple of oranges will give you enough. Make sure not to get the white in when you grate the peel. You need eggs, plenty of butter and sugar and flour on hand. And then for the chocolate dipping, you need a very high quality bittersweet chocolate chip. To start, you're going to roast the hazelnuts in a pan until they start smelling fragrant and delicious. Chop the cherry nice and fine. Just keep your hazelnuts in the pan. They'll start smelling very fragrant and get nice and brown. Okay, so you just pop them in the food processor, and you want to grind them fine so that when you slice your biscotti later, it will be easy to slice. You won't get stuck on big chunks of nuts. And then you add to a fresh mixer your room temperature butter and your sugar. Blend that until it's fluffy and evenly mixed, medium speed. You start adding your eggs one at a time. Give them plenty of time to incorporate into your dough. Just pop those eggs in one after the other. I always like to break my eggs into a separate cup so I don't get any shells into my dough after I've started mixing it. So give it plenty of time to incorporate slowly. Now you add the zest a little at a time. Just get those teaspoons in, leave your stand mixer on a slow speed, and give it plenty of time to incorporate in the dough. We add the cherries, the baking soda, and salt. Add the cherries gradually so it slowly incorporates into your dough. And all of your hazelnuts. Slowly mixing into the dough. The stand mixer helps so much with that. And then we have our final 3 cups of flour. We add 1 cup at a time. At this point, the dough is getting very thick and difficult to mix in the mixer. So you give it a couple of stirs, and then you're going to dump the whole thing out onto a floured surface and just kind of knead it together. It's okay, it looks really crumbly at this time, but divide your dough up. Don't worry about the mess. Just slowly get it kneaded together. Make a nice log, pressing and stretching. You will end with 2 logs that are the length of a cookie sheet, about 3 inches wide and about 1 inch high. And you put those on your parchment lined cookie sheet side by side and put them right in the oven, 325 degrees. You'll end up with 4 logs, 2 each on a cookie sheet. Bake for 55 minutes. Rotate halfway through your baking and let it get nice and firm to the touch, a soft golden brown, and it just fills your house. Smells so wonderful. You let those cool for about 10 minutes. Get a serrated knife and make 1/2 inch cuts all along the biscotti, and you can line those back on your same baking sheets. They feel very soft, but they will get firmer the next time you bake them. You're going to set them on their sides, slide them in the oven, same temperature. Go play a round of Zuzu Pets with your 6-year-old. Pull them out of the oven and flip them over. They're a nice golden brown on the side that was down. Let those cook for 10 more minutes. While you're baking the second side, start some water warming and get a double boiler going to melt your chocolate. Get the chocolate nice and smooth. The high quality chocolate is very important. It's such an important part of this flavor of the biscotti. And when those come out of the oven, you just dip every single piece of biscotti, smooth it with a knife, and set it back to cool. And dip. It might be helpful to get your sister or your mother. Don't let your 5-year-old do this part, but slowly get those biscotti. It's a lot of biscotti now. Now that is a good job for your 6-year-old. Get that spoon nice and clean. And now once you've got them all dipped and beautiful, leave them on the counter to cool, or you can put them in your refrigerator to speed the process. It's going to take an hour or so in the fridge and several hours on the countertop. And then you've got them in a plastic bag. Keep them in your fridge. Bring them to room temperature before you serve them. And you'll have them for the whole holiday season or 6 weeks, any time of the year. And it's so worth all the effort. Just delicious.